It's your boy Jimmy Blue reporting live from Dallas, Texas. I'm here with WBO champion Oscar Valdez. Oscar, listen, man, first and foremost, we want to welcome you here to Dallas, Texas at the Ford Center. We're here 2 days away from the actual event happening the day before the Super Bowl, brother. You're going to be headlining, defending your title, which will be your fifth defense. How do you feel going into this fight, man, considering that you've been off almost a year?
I feel great, man. I think the right word is I'm anxious to step in that ring. It's been almost a year, so this is boxing. This is what I love to do. This is my passion, and I feel like it's been forever already. So I just can't wait to go in there and put up a good fight and show my new boxing skills. Listen,
speaking of your new boxing skills, you recently made a switch, man, and it ended up going with Chepo Reynosa, with Canelo, and also I believe Ryan Garcia actually added him. What makes him such a great trainer?
I think we've all seen the good results he's done with Canelo, and we needed a change. So we chose to go with Eddie Reynoso, and I've been training with him over 5 months, and I do feel a difference. But I'm not gonna talk a lot about it. I just plan on showing it that night because I think. I'm gonna talk with my hands that night.
Listen, man, there's no secret, brother. Last fight, you suffered and sustained an injury. You showed a heart of a warrior, a soul of a champion. I mean, you went in there, man. You put all your heart, your life on the line. Represented your family as well as your country of Mexico and the United States, man. And you did it with pride. I was watching a documentary on you, man, and I remember one of the things that really stood out to me was that it wasn't so much about the fight. The hardest thing about the fight wasn't the fight, but it was actually after the fight. Considering that your mouth was shut for 2 months, that you even suffered a panic attack, man. Could you speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, for the first time, I experienced a panic attack, and it was very scary for me because I had my mouth shut, and when I went back to the house, for some reason I wanted to open my mouth, knowing that I had my mouth wired shut. And it was very tough for the first 2 days because I was getting these panic attacks because I thought for some reason I was going to die, not being able to breathe. And it was very tough for me. It was very tough for me and tough for my family. It was very tough for me to see my family suffering because it was very tough to see. I wanted them to eat because obviously I want everybody to have a good time. And they wouldn't eat because they can't see they couldn't bear to see me not eat. So it was very tough. It was 2 hard months for me. But that's in the past right now. I'm very grateful. I'm thankful to God that I'm here right now. This position where I'm fighting is in a great event, great venue, a great against a great card. Thankful with top rank. And I just can't wait to step in the ring and start again where I left off.
And I think that's why a lot of people follow you, man. A lot of people, root for you, man, because you speak from the heart. You're very humble. You do your talking in the ring. You're a respectful fighter, man, to your opponents, but you leave it all on the line. Props to you, brother. Props for coming back. And even, a lot of people could arguably say that, one won't come back the same from an injury that they sustained such as that. But, considering that now you're fighting another, I believe, undefeated fighter coming out of Italy, man, there's not really a lot of tape on him. When you're preparing for a fight, Oscar, do you sit down with your coach and watch film, or is it one of those things where, you just kind of study your opponent to get a game plan together?
Well, we definitely study our opponents. That's one thing we always do. We see a lot of film. Not just my opponent, we see a lot of fights in general. We're trying to work on what we can learn from each fighter. I'm constantly seeing Eddie Morales. He's my idol growing up, and I'm always looking at Eddie Morales. He's a great warrior, but at the same time, it wasn't that easy to hit Eddie Morales. Not a lot of people admire his defensive skills. So there's a lot of things I try to learn from each fighter, and especially we've been studying a lot, Tomasone, me and my trainer. So we know he's a tough fighter. It's not going to be a walk in the park for me. In the boxing world, as a normal fan, will think. If I don't know him, I automatically think he's a bum. He's an easy fighter. That's not the case for me. I know he's not going to be an easy fight. It doesn't matter what his record is. I always take every fighter seriously, as much respect as they deserve. And I just got to go in there and do my best to come out victorious. That's all I'm thinking of right now. Eliminate Tomasone. And from there, go on, see who's out there, see who's not, see what we can do.
Obviously, we're not looking past your opponent. you're considered to be the top 126-pound fighter in the world. There's a lot of names out there that obviously are not with Top Rank. You as a champion, are you able to, approach your manager, potentially even approach your promoter and say, hey, listen, I want the Leo Santa Cruzes of the world, the Gary Russells of the world, all the top tier talent as far as 126?
Yes, I've been able to talk to Bob, and Bob is capable of working with him. And from him, I personally heard Bob say he can work with anybody to make these fights happen. Right? For one reason or another, it doesn't happen. For me, I'm not afraid to fight nobody. It's Leo Santa Cruz, it's Gary Russell, it's Warrington, and I mentioned these guys because they got the belts. So I want to unify my belt if everything goes well. But very concentrated in this fight, but I'm willing to fight anybody in the world.
Listen, Chad, we appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much for being gracious with your time, and we look forward to seeing you fight on Saturday. Any last shout outs you want to give to any of your fight fans?
Thanks to everybody. Thanks to everybody here, especially in Texas, because in my first fights here in Texas, I had a lot of love and a lot of support from everybody, and now it's been a couple of years since I haven't been back. So now that I'm back, I see the love again from the fans, and very thankful for everybody. And thankful for all the fans out there. I promise you, I will give you a good fight this Saturday. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Oscar Valdez. Tune into All Access Week Boxing.
Oh shit.